Hello? Hello? Anybody there? Hello? Welcome, Cavalier PR, Poi. Welcome, everybody. So, Dustborn stream did some numbers, huh? That's a lot of people compared to normal. That's cool. Cool. I just... People yearn for Dustborn content. You know it. They want nothing more than to watch Dustborn. They're like, God, I just love Dustborn so much. It's, yeah. Everyone is still talking about how awful it is? Are they? The thing is, like, I was kind of concerned that I was too late to, like, make commentary on it. Because, like, the videos that I saw about it were, like, 2 weeks ago or something. Like, a week or two ago. So I was like, damn, I'm really delaying my playthrough by, you know, spending the first stream writing a document. Next up, ranked Concord gameplay. Yeah, I'll get right on that. I'm gonna go to my local game store and buy myself a copy of Concord. I'm sure that'll go well. I actually think one of the most interesting pieces of commentary about Concord, that's just mean nobody deserves that, not even Flar. Yeah, damn, that's crazy. Nah, like, I actually think the most interesting thing about the Concord discourse and the idea of character design is that twofold. I think there were people who kind of questioned, like, basically, like, who was responsible for the character designs. I'm actually inclined to believe a lot of the artists. I know nothing about their individual characters, like the artists' characters, concept artists, whatever. But I feel like I have heard horror stories about how like it really isn't your decision anymore. You know what I mean? Like you present a game cover and executives will literally tell you to redo it like over 50 times. So like, yes, actually, like, it is very possible the final character designs were not the individual artist's fault. Like, that's just... That just is how it is, man. Like, if they're trying to feed their family and they don't want to get fired, then they gotta redo the character design when executives tell you to redo the character design. I feel like there's not much to say. I would be concerned too. Sorry, so the other thing that I wanted to say outside of that was, I think body affordances are actually important. So like silhouette and like the functionality of how you like make a character. I think someone observed that Farah has larger shoulders so that she's easier to hit in the air. Like, those are all design considerations for gameplay. And I find it interesting that I don't think that was very clear in most of the character designs for Concord. So, yeah. a more extreme version of the old throwaway pitch. I don't know if I understand what that means. I'm saying that if someone with power over me tells me to redo it, I can, like, try to fight back, but, like, they'll just replace you with AI. You know what I mean? I don't think they're in a really good position to be arguing right now, which sucks. Whichever execs approve those character designs should be fired. Probably. And it's different from place to place, you know what I mean? Like, as a design role person, I'm actually very inclined to listen to the experts. Like, with a grain of salt, of course, but like, part of the deal of me focusing design is that, like, I don't always have all the answers of, like, how to technically create something, or maybe, like, what the best way to include a prop on a character that helps people understand the silhouette or whatever is, like, you know, that just... Sometimes you just trust the experts in their field. When making a pitch, it was common to make at least one pitch that's intentionally bad, just so the execs can feel like they made a choice, since otherwise they'd be given bad feedback on the good pitch. Oh, it's kind of like the iteration trap, or similar to. That's very interesting. I did not know that, but yeah, like, there's, I don't remember if I heard this from a colleague or if this was, like, just the way that I see it is that, like, you can run into the iteration trap with design where you're, like, something could be entirely fine, but you're kind of looking for a reason to change it because you feel like you should be iterating on something, but... So it's like, no, it can be better if I change something. And it's like, well, you know, not necessarily, right? There's a good argument for not changing anything so that, like, you can keep the quality of the gameplay that is there. So similarly, an executive, like, criticizing a good pitch is like, well, they need to sound like they're smart, or they're trying to basically uphold a role that's, like, not actually in the best interest of the design. What I'm saying. Also, welcome, Nix. Who let the execs cook then? The executives did. Because they were like, look at how smart I am. And, you know, there's like, you know, I can't actually assume that I know 100% of everything, you know what I mean? Like, I did not work in the studio, for example. I did not know what their culture was. I did not know, like, actually how much pull the execs had. I don't know if the art lead instead, like, they had a particular direction, right? But my problem is that there are people who, without a shadow of a doubt, are like, no, there's no way. Definitely, like, this is all the artist's fault. And it's like, sometimes it's not, man. Like, could you imagine how bad it would feel if you made, like, a really sexy design and then they're just like, literally no. Like, they literally just, like, know you and then go, like, make their shoulders more broad and do, like, these things to change the design. And then you're like, I don't think that expresses the character well when they're going to be doing this particular role, so we should not use the shape language of doing this thing. And they're like, I'm going to fire you. Like, like, okay. So that's obviously very extreme, but I feel like you can get browbeat by executives who don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I'm not saying that is what happened. I'm saying that it is not outside of the realm of possibility. So, yeah. Character design plus price, why Concord didn't do well. It's hard to justify getting that game over its competition, like Marvel Rivals beta just came out. Everyone wants a voice, so the execs will want to say something, hence why you give them a softball, use this one. See, that's so weird, because I think like half of my job, right? Assuming I have a job, Lamau. I think part of like being a keen designer, I guess, is to acknowledge that like the person in the role did a good job and that you can like see why they did a good job. And also to like give them the space to say like, I'm really excited about this character design for these reasons. And then you go like, oh, I can see that like you're excited about this prop on that character because you feel like that signals this thing about their role. I can see that, right? So why does it assume that like you need to have something negative to say? Otherwise it's not like constructive or right? Like I feel like you look equally as stupid if you're unable to acknowledge what is good about something. Like, does that not imply that you don't know what you're talking about if you like can't make accurate commentary on something that is good? And then we get into the joke where the execs are dumb, which is funny, but, you know. The Sonic movie is a good example of that. The artists publicly said that they didn't like the first design, but studio execs wanted a realistic-looking Sonic, and, well, we saw the result. Yeah, so, again, I'm not saying that that is exactly what happened. There's no way that I could tell for sure, and we can only make inferences. But the thing is that happens sometimes, and it fucking sucks. Because you're like, I don't know, man. There's some artists who just wanted to make like the next sexy Mercy character, and then they probably got cock-blocked because they're like, that's not good. We can't do that one. And it's like, man. And they can't even show probably their early character designs because they're under NDA, so they can't even be like, see, I wanted this one. Look at how hot this one is. Like, they obviously can't do that, which is like so stupid. Man. The Kit Kat jingle, give me a break, was originally a throwaway pitch, so it's not always clear what the best pitch is. I think outside of the idea of giving execs something to like softball swing at or something, I do think having an idea that's a little more off the rails or like completely right, I don't know what the term would be. Is it like the control in a science experiment or whatever? There's like the one that you're like, I'm pretty sure this one will have no effect. Right? Like throwing that in there, I think is fine. Like if you want a good example of that, we got the ability to do the testing the different thumbnails. So I did that for the Fire Emblem, like 2-hour Fire Emblem thing. And the one where it was Edelgard crying and saying, please go to class, to Bernadetta, who's in her goon cave, I was literally like, I'm pretty sure this is unreadable, and I literally can't tell what the fuck is going on in this image, so it's not clickable on. Like, I'm not confident in this. So I thought the other one was a lot more clear, and I don't use that one anymore. Because it was actually, what it did say was that the results were inconclusive, and actually that while people preferred one, it's not clear that it led to more watch time. But yeah, so the one had like lower click-through rate, and I thought that it was the good one, so I made 2 variants of the good one, and then I had the throwaway one. Because I was like, who the fuck's gonna click on this? It looks kind of bad. But people did. And I was like, okay, I mean... When managing a team, you have to be able to give people the shit sandwich. I like 1, you need to improve 2. Thank you for your work on 3. But that's the thing, is that, like, even in the framework of a shit sandwich, it's like, sometimes there's no shit for you to talk about. You know what I mean? And I guess the idea is that, like, I think there are a lot of people with opinions on things that they want changed. So they'll say something like, I like 1, I don't like 2, like with no actual grounded reason, but just basically saying like their opinion is they don't like it. And then thank you for your work on 3. The reality is that the criticism isn't actually valuable, so you don't actually need to include it. Like, if your mind is focused on, like, how do I make the best product? Like, you throwing in a criticism doesn't actually help. Like, you don't need to question things just to, like, maintain your role. Unless said publicly, there's no way of knowing. Yeah, which, like, we would never know. Which is why people like speculating and gossiping and stuff, and that's fine. I don't think you need to make the characters sexy. I think you can make non-traditional characters appealing. It's just the design failed to convey the characters. I have no grounds for saying that I think people like sexy characters, but I think people like sexy characters. Like, I just listen, man. If people are drawing porn on day 1, you know you've got a banger. That's my understanding. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, I think there were other failings of it. So that was the other thing where I was like, I think it's interesting that it's very likely that that the designs also did not match the character's dynamic very well. And one of the tenets, I guess, that I'm making up on the spot of Divine is like, trying to think of how to say it, but it's like one of the tenets of design being able to read things at a glance is important. Especially in anything that has any degree of urgency or fast-pacedness. Which is why I said things like, if you need to make split-second decisions in a Telltale game, usually they try to make it very obvious to you. Like, they will frame the conflict with the camera. They'll frame the object they want you to interact with the camera. They'll give you the option. They're going to have buzzing lights and all that kind of shit, like pointing to the thing. Right? And I think this is to compensate for the fact that, like, you aren't realistically in the space as a human being. Like, you're interpreting something that's on the screen as opposed to, like, reacting to an animal attacking you out of your peripheral vision. So, to compensate for that, you just put a lot of signifiers on the screen to, like, communicate the information. You wouldn't consider Mario sexy? you know, I think it's splitting hairs, but I definitely think there are people who think Mario is attractive. Similarly, I don't know how much splitting hairs it is, but, like, I think there are people who think Baymax is probably attractive. Like, I don't... So, I don't feel the need to, I guess, like, die on the hill that sexy character is good. But I do think the trend currently in games like Overwatch, basically every gacha game under the sun, like, a lot of it is selling on appeal. And you could argue that a lot of it is selling on sex appeal. Yeah. So, for example, even, I mean, I don't know. It's not necessarily that the telos of the thing is, like, explicitly sex. It's that, like, you want things to look attractive. So it's like the Helldivers in Helldivers 2 look very, like, built as fuck. Like, they look cool. I guess the idea is just that you want to invoke, like, the extreme emotion of the thing. Non-explicit sex. No, I'm saying that the telos does not need to fucking... It doesn't need to fucking, you know what I mean? Like, you could have it be not fucking. Yeah. The character design in ARMS is fantastic. All the characters convey what they're about very well, but Twintel is the clear favorite, and it's not difficult to see why. Which one's Twintel? Understandable. 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 Fair. Yeah, but anyways, the point is, like, I think people are like, nah, man, Marialism. And it's like, I don't know if anyone actually wanted that. Guess. I think people ask for Marialism in many different ways. But I think caring whether or not, like, the massive shoulder pads on Farah are, like, realistic, it's more like, okay, I'm glad that it is a lot easier to shoot at this character. I'm also glad that I can read their silhouette at a distance. Also, they look cool. So there's that. I actually wanted to talk about, I wanted to talk a little bit more about, like, man, what even was the game we played on Monday? Dustborn. New porn. Bug is airborne. Or something. I mean... Where's the thing? There it is. Someone should put their monthly membership message in chat so it is... I don't have to scroll down so much to get to Poise Lyrilyte thing. Okay, what was the thing that I was gonna say? Oh, I went back and played through the opening sequence because I was curious to know. Again, we were exploring claims about, how much is the game kind of forcing you to use your superpower? Like, what is it trying to push you in the direction of? Does it actually believe that talking things out works? And I guess I formalized more thoughts in my head that, like, I think the main thing is that people feel very strange about mind controlling their friends, especially forcefully. It feels very weird. This is not how anybody would treat their friends, ever. Yeah, so I played through the first, like, kind of section again. And the confrontation with the police officer can end, so you can wait for an extremely long time. Like, it's very, very long. It is a very long time to wait for the dialogue to time out. But if it times out, basically the officer yells at you to get out of the car and then he gets hit by a truck. You can also ask Gnome to intervene, in which the officer will notice he's being manipulated. And then if you use either of your powers that aren't telling them to stop, like to freeze, similarly, they will get aggressive and then get hit by a truck. So there's basically no way to de-escalate that situation with words. It does end up with basically the officer dying in most of the cases, or you being forced to use some kind of superpower. So there is in fact no choice there. You cannot... Yeah. Magical truck of plot convenience. Yeah. And they're like, no, officer, don't walk into the road. And they're like, blah, 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 and then they get hit by a truck. Yeah, I think the other things I saw were that, like, the dialogue just feels very strange. I get the vibe that it's just, like, it feels like no one talks to their friends this way. Like, I don't know what friends people surround themselves with, I guess, but, like, it's very strange. Very strange how people talk to each other. Okay, so the other one was the bathroom scene. So, interestingly, I was surprised because what you can actually do is you can listen to Sai in the bathroom, and, like you can listen to her, and then she gets kind of angry, and then you can listen to her again, actually. Like, you can wait. What actually happens, so it's really cool. So, again, this is one of those things where I'm like, this is a good system. I think if they focused on this, like, this actually could have been very good to, like, prove the point that they were trying to go for, if I'm reading it correctly. Is that, like, you talk to her, and then, like, it's like, okay, I'll hear her out. And then the dialogue options pop up again, like the different buttons for, like, force her to like, get out of the thing, offer her jerky. But if you wait and actually listen to her, the option pops up again for you to listen to her again. Where you're like, it's like continue listening to her or listen to her again or something. And then she continues to like rant about how she's anxious and whatever. And I think after that happens, if you had the dialogue option, like, you played the game correctly, you expressed mastery, you understood that if you waited a little bit, you might have gotten another dialogue option to, like, support your friend. Like, you could be like, okay, I understand that, like, you know, this is tough. We've had a shit day. Like, that's basically what they said. But, like, we can't leave you in there. Right? Or, like, say something like that. But no, that actually ends up failing. And you are forced to use the voice on them. I explored all of the options. It was very clear that triggering them is obviously, like, bad, because she feels terrible, and Gnome has to comfort her. The other two are, if you push her, she is like, she's angry at you, but she's like, I guess that's what I needed to get out of this place. And the other one was to block her or basically stop the excessive emotions. And then she does actually go like, okay, I can leave now, right? So there's like, I think that there is value in being like, we need to calm down the emotions. But again, like, the subtext of that you're mind controlling them using your voice is like, it's fucked up, right? I think most people would agree that there's like something sacred about like another individual's autonomy. I think a lot of people believe that. I guess even particularly in something like the no harm principle, that it's like, listen, just don't fuck with other people, right? And then it's okay. Because, like, we want to respect other beings' autonomy. So, like, the idea that you would mind control your friends to disrespect their autonomy is, like, fucked up. Like, that's just, like, the echoing subtext of, like, this feels fucked up. I don't actually want to do this. And the fact that the game does not let you go against that feels very strange. I don't shit-talk my friends to the degree that these characters do. It's a bit aggressive. There are some people that shit-talk each other that much, but they're very close friends to do that, and the Dustborn group does not feel that close. Interestingly, so I actually made a mental note of this. It does not have to do with... We're talking about Dustborn, because I played it on Monday. It had a decently good reception, because we were talking about... Like, I was talking about the design axis of the game, where a lot of people are complaining about like very basic things that they dislike about it. So I actually realized what the problem was. Or like, to me, this is what I felt like made the conversations awkward, right? Which is that they will often use keywords to describe what happened or what they are doing. And it makes it sound weird. So for example, when Gnome says like, I'm going to gaslight you, right? Or like, I'm good at performing the gaslight. You know what I mean? We know that as a normal human being, if Noam's ability was instead to just like be very empathic and comfort people, like he would just say something like, I don't know, man, like I just like don't like I think people need help when like they're struggling. Right? And like that's what they feel. Like that's what the character feels. And like it shows that they're trying to be empathic and comfort people. Like does not need a superpower at all. Right? Because again, once you cross that line into mind control, it feels wrong to do that. But if you're just being like a genuinely empathic human being, like no one would complain. Right? So, but instead, they're like, ah, yes, I will need to use my gaslight ability because you triggered bad emotions in them. Right? And it's like, ah, do you have a degree in software engineering? Ah, I guess you do not have the ability to do the thing. And it's like, what is Theo's character description? Ah, he has a background in software engineering? Like they'll just throw out proper nouns to describe what happened instead of facilitating a normal human conversation. And I think it makes the tone of the conversations very weird. Like it's very strange. So it's like, oh, I think I triggered bad emotions in them. And it's like, you fucking yelled at them with your mind control power. Like, it's very weird to describe it as, like, the proper noun, I triggered them. Like, that's not, like, oh, I triggered bad emotions. It's like, yeah, you fucking yelled at them. What are we talking about here, man? Can you describe what happened in, like, a normal human way? Yeah, and then also in the same scene, like, Theo criticizes you, for not explaining the situation to Sai. Which, like, once again, with literally none of the options, were you able to explain the situation to them. You used power word feel bad. Yeah, so, like, it's just very interesting to me that, like, the subtext that you're mind controlling your friends feels wrong. The way that they describe their actions, like, feels wrong. The way that they treat each other feels wrong. Right? It's like... So I want to be very clear. My friend group actually does the joke of like, when it's like, I'm gonna say something, someone's gonna respond to that, and then we just say like, who asked? Like, we make that joke. Like, we make the shut up Theo joke. But the thing is, like, we don't make it in the context that like we actually believe what we're saying, right? Whereas, like, the characters, like, their delivery of the line implies that they actually want Theo to shut the fuck up, right? It's not a joke. Their tone does not indicate that it's a joke. Their body language does not indicate that it's a joke. They're actually just, like, angry at this person and want them to shut up. You also hopefully don't just say it to one person every time. Yeah, it's like, someone could cut me off and do that if they wanted to, and I'm like, you fucking asked, you idiot? Like, you know what I mean? So, or you know, the other response to that joke is like, ah, shit, you know what, man? No one asked. You're correct. Here I was trying to say literally anything. Nobody asked. My bad. Also, fuck you. Like, you know, so, like, I understand that that's a dynamic. It's just, it feels misplaced when one of the only reasonable characters gets constantly told to shut up. Right? So I felt like I was seeing a lot of those things when I was not live, and it's unfortunate because I said this, where I'm like, it's really hard to observe accurately when I feel like I need to be entertaining an audience, or if I'm, like, looking at chat, right? Like, sure, I will have things to say, sure, I will observe things, but, like, I felt like the replay through it was like, wait, I can just go back and check these story options, which I didn't try to do while live. I think it's because I got talked out of it by, like, the comments saying you can't go back and retry things, which you totally can. Until it has a save icon, you can actually, like, get pretty far into a scene and then reload. But the game doesn't make it easy for you, which is really annoying. But the autosaves do, like, pretty well correlate with when you would be making a decision. Like, the cop scene, it, like, starts on, like, you getting chased by the cop. With the bathroom scene, it starts with, like, you, like, being in front of the door and Gnome saying something. I will also say that it is really annoying how, like, every dialogue, it's like someone cutting someone off. It's just, like, so annoying. Like, it's the most annoying shit ever. So, like, I can get that, like, maybe they made an executive design decision to say, hey, the characters are going to be pretty, like, free to cut each other off, and, like, that's gonna happen a lot, but it's, like, it's so annoying. Like, it's just so annoying, man. Like, wow. I don't know if that's how some other people, like exist. Like, sometimes I will, like, try to infer or, like, talk, like, say the completion of someone else's sentence or try to see where they're going with something. But, like, it's not every time, right? Like, they use it, like, in every dialogue. It's very frustrating. So, those are just some thoughts. I only replayed it for another, like, 30 minutes. Turns out when you're not, like, constantly swapping back to a document that, like, you can actually play through the game a little bit faster. But, yeah. It just... it's awkward. Okay, let me actually read. It's very hard to justify that power on friends, especially since if your character's fine doing it, then why isn't she doing it more if she has no more qualms with doing it? Yeah, it's like, maybe they were, like, they're trying to clearly make the player feel bad whenever, like, you use the thing, right? Like, that's the point, I guess. It's just, like, it doesn't make sense to the greater context of making a good experience, let alone one that supports the power of words. Friendships are like rep grind, where the reward is getting to insult each other with increasingly foul language with no consequences. Yeah. It's funny, because I think that happens sort of naturally. I know where you're going with the statement. It's just kind of like... Listen, man, I don't know when I started calling my friends fucking idiots for running into a counterspell, but it did start ending up happening. Oh, man. Oh, actually, I think the most recent, the most recent time of that happening was actually to me, so I got roasted for it because I played out a threat, a board wrath, something, and it got countered. And the thing is, like, I knew that I needed to defend this board wrath, and oftentimes, like, I'll make the decision of whether or not I'm gonna fight over the spell before I cast it, right? That's just like good foresight, where it's like, wow, I really hope wow, I really hope I never need to use this counterspell ever. It's like, no, I'm casting this spell with the intention of, like, backing it up with counter magic. So I will often, like, snap off the counterspell because I'm like, no, I am trying to get this to resolve. Like, it is not a thought anymore, and I am not wasting either of our time. I'm countering to, like, make sure this goes through. But my opponent Dovin's vetoed me. So when I snapped off a Dovin's veto at them, they fucking roasted me. And I was like, oh shit, you got me. Very funny. Yeah, no, I got shitter shattered. It was very funny. Honestly, with the way the MC uses her power, it would make sense the party would fear you. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of like, it's just weird, man. Why is the dynamic so weird, man? Yeah, I saw a little more of gameplay. Will say one of the themes is to listen, so characters cutting off was intentional. Think flaw even from a narrative standpoint. Characters don't react to being cut off realistically. Yeah, but the thing is, that's interesting. Like, why would you... Like, if you are promoting the message that you should listen to people, and, like, you should take the time to listen to people, then why are you promoting timers for dialogue options, and why are you having characters constantly cut each other off? Right? Like, you could say that you're trying to sow some kind of dissonance or something, but, like, quite frankly, it's just bad design. Like, you want these things to be aligned so that the user interacting with the thing can understand what you're trying to say, right? Like, the point, you could view the game and the message as, like, communication, right? Like, I'm going to try to explain to you the best that I can about, like, anything, right? Like, if I'm teaching you, like, I'm gonna attempt to explain it or, like, repackage it or something in a way that you're gonna understand. Because the purpose is for me to teach you, right? So all of the gameplay decisions you make, similar with, like, characters and silhouettes and reading shape language and all of these things, like, you could say, oh, well, why do we have design at all to help people understand things? And it's like, it's because people don't understand things. And people are, like, have an expectation of, like, how you're going to deliver an experience. Like, it's why we have tropes. It's why we have well understood things. It's to help us understand. Like, the metacognition of us understanding how we work and then using that to our advantage when we create media or art, right? Like rest zones when you're looking at an art piece, or like heavy blocks of shadow. Is it accurate? No. Right? It's a method of communication from, like, your art to the viewer. So, and I don't really know if people just don't understand how, like, ingrained all the arts are, right? Like, I don't know if you guys knew this, but tonal harmony was figured out, like, 300 years ago or something. Like, all of the chord progressions and harmonies and melodies and stuff you hear, like, that shit was figured out a long time ago. They actually, it's been so long that people actively went against the principles of tonal harmony and then went back to them. That's how long we have been, like, ingrained in the same music bullshit. So it's the same thing with design, it's the same thing with art. Like, sure, the stylistic reasons change, but the overall package or reasons why people make certain decisions are the same. And it's like in service of communicating to the user, or like the consumer, or like the viewer, or whatever. Like, we understand this shit. So in the same way, I'm gonna bring it back to design. Like, having mechanics that do not fit the narrative you are trying to push is literally categorically bad design. You're not cool for like sowing some kind of dissonance or something with the mechanics. It's just wrong. Yeah? Okay. And, you know, that's a bold statement. Obviously, you are allowed to break any kind of artistic rule for whatever purposes you want to. However, when using the lens of design or whatever objective observational, like, methodologies, whatever, that you are applying to art, unfortunately, that does mean you, like, are objectively not following those principles. So it's the same thing when you try to, like, sow dissonance with your themes by doing shit like this. Yeah, so a theme is to listen, yet you get punished with losing options. Yeah, it's very strange. Time limit is dumb since you're supposed to listen. If anything, you should reward the player for listening to characters. Exactly. In all honesty, with what I've seen, with friends like those characters who needs enemies, let them fight each other. They basically already do. Let's go! Interpersonal conflict, let's go! Make it so cutting off the characters is optional. Well, I mean, again, the... I'm saying for the recorded voice lines, like, they recorded it as if they're gonna get cut off, right? Or maybe it was all post, like, edited in post, who knows? We should be having this conversation on the starting bonus screen. Starting bonus screen? What do you mean by that? Yeah. Well, thank you for understanding. Because, again, it's just frustrating because, like, I think a very common defense for doing things poorly is like, well, it was my artistic intention to make it bad. And then it's like, okay, but that means I'm gonna point out that it's bad. Like, just because you're saying that it's your artistic intention to make it bad does not make it not bad within the qualifiers of, like within the objectively agreed upon qualifiers. As in the Meow reward screen? Oh, true. Whoops. Yeah, maybe. Welcome, Lord. Welcome. Yeah, are we ready to stop yapping and actually play this video game? Thank you for listening to me. I just... yeah. I don't know. It seemed like it performed very well, and it makes me happy because I do think, like, I've been trying to find a way to, like, share that, like, that kind of stuff with people, and it's a little high stress to be trying to, like, be making design observations in real time, like, live, because sometimes you just sit there and have to think about it. But it appeared to have gone pretty well. Let's play what we're here for. Wait, but I thought we were here to listen to Flar yap. Isn't that what I'm supposed to be doing? I think they underestimate how important first impressions are. If first thing we see from the characters being a dick, it makes it very hard to be patient for the eventual character arc. Pacing is very important. Yeah. It's like, even if you change something like, oh, they had a redeeming quality at the start, and then you made them look like an asshole, it's like, just flipping those two things makes you go like, oh, but like, but my first impression was that they were kind of a nice person, you know? Reminds me of a quote from a film student about a professor. She prefers to get the blocking from her actor's natural performance. She can call it an artistic choice. The truth is, it's just wrong. Yeah, and again, I'm a big proponent for, you know, being able to see the perspective of, like, it's entirely possible that if someone says, like, it's an artistic choice, like, you're still allowed to say that. And you're still allowed to say things that are like, I recognize that this is against the like, base principles of a particular thing, but I'm choosing to do it anyways. Like, that's actually still okay. But unfortunately, that means when your work is bad, like, the overarching result of your work is bad, and people are doing a retrospective of it, they will point to those decisions. So you only really get to claim, well, I made an artistic decision that was against the norm. Like, you only really get to claim that when you succeed, which is a little unfortunate, because I do think it's fair for people to make those kinds of decisions and, like, believe them, right? Like, that's fine. Yeah. The app is fine, don't worry. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm gonna lose this Ironclad run in like 2 seconds, so don't worry about it. I actually was just playing an Ironclad run, and I drafted Anger, and then I forgot that Anger versus the Guardian is not very good, because you don't really want to play it and flood your deck with Angers and then get fucked by spikes. And then not have any blocks. It's really unfortunate, because it was going well until that, but yeah. You know. I think we can do 3 elites and then 3 encounters here. No blocks. I actually drafted Double Shrug and the Battle Trance. Let's upgrade Bash. I don't know how good upgrading Bash actually is, but I think it's good. Kind of like taking a test thinking that you're doing well, but in reality, you got 60% of the questions correct. Not really sure what that's in relation to. Found a funny exploit in Sword of Convallaria. There are some skills that can only be used if you haven't moved that turn, but if you use an instant skill, it locks in your movement. That's kind of funny. When you said you believe what you're doing is correct. No, I meant it like in a positive way, right? Where I think you would say that like what you're believing you're doing is correct, and then you actually only have 60% of the questions correct. It's more of like, I want to subvert expectations by, like, changing this base principle. So, for example, like, I was asked to perform a task recently for a class. And the thing is, what I would frequently do is that I would start performing the task before we were assigned to do it, because I felt like it met the qualifiers for the task, just it was before we were told to actually do it. And I think that resulted in me having more options to, like, make good content for the thing, right? Because it's a little more specific. I didn't want to get into the details of it, but basically my ability to find or make particular conclusions was contingent on being able to observe before being told to do so. Like, that's a pretty standard example of, hey, you weren't asked to do this thing yet, but you're already looking for solutions. Like, that can be good sometimes, and that can be good sometimes to just follow instructions. So it's just kind of like, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. And I think the key important part is, like, if you understand why you are doing it, right? But if you understand why you're doing it and then you don't get the result you want, then, like, I would be very quick to change, like, what I'm doing. So if someone pointed out that cutting people off during conversation is considered rude and also not very, like, not a very good way to emphasize communication, that, like, you could look at that and say, well, can I really defend this decision anymore? Like, can I defend this decision to, like, sow dissonance with the narrative? And then if you say something like, yeah, you know what, I'm actually interested in seeing the player, like, struggle, and I do want them to experience that dissonance, then we can start exploring that solution, right? What I would actually say to someone who is interested in having characters constantly cut each other off is Rance had a good suggestion. Like, you can have cases where, like, characters are very upset that they're getting cut off. Like, realistically, it would be like, you aren't listening to me. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So that's a good way of indicating it still. Another good way... I had another thought in my head. What was it? Another good way is to just, like, reduce the overall dissonance with everything else, right? So, like, if you had a good conversation going and then you put some dissonance in it, that's going to be easier for someone to manage rather than having everything be, like, full dissonance all the time. Like, because the human brain can only handle so much before they'll get frustrated and not want to deal with that shit anymore. So, like, okay, we've accepted that you want to go in, like, with this artistic choice. Let's find ways to facilitate that choice. If, like, you really want to, like, we're gonna assume this is right and then do things to facilitate it. Whereas I feel like that wasn't necessarily the case here. Bash upgrade is generally good, but it screws you versus Lagavulin. Right, yeah, that's the one thing I forgot. Not, it wakes them up, so you can't, like, pass turn. Do I draft another Shrug? I mean, I like Shrug. Shrug is just, like, a good card. I kind of want to take another Shrug. But the problem is, like, it's not a damage card for Knob. Oh, excuse me. Holy moly. I'm gonna take it and regret my decision. When the game's so bad that you have to spend 2 streams hating the opening. AoE is consistent? It's not hating, more discussing. Oh, Thunderclap. Yeah, which, by the way, I'm bad at this game, so if anyone wanted to, like, tell me how to be good at this game, please feel free. Probably killing the 6 damage would have been smart, right? And then I would not be taking damage. Okay, like, I understand, but you don't need to, it's fine. That fight was played amazingly. Please lie to my face. We don't have any enabler for Blood for Blood. Yeah, no, and the reason why it was prompted was because I went back and played it again, and I found myself being frustrated by the fact that, like, one of the main tenets of the game is, like, communication is key, basically, and then they, like, make it really, really hard for that to matter. It's just, like, very annoying. I'm going to exhaust these blocks and then pray. Your amazing gameplay last fight was the enabler for Blood for Blood? What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm just gonna die, right? Like, I just die here? because I double block and then I die. Yep. Alright, we're off to a good start, everybody. We did in fact die to Knob because I did not draft, I don't know, maybe Thunderclap. Maybe I could have evaluated that I drafted 2 Shrugs and that I should have, like... Absolute Knob, man. Oh, man. So this is my first run today, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these encounters, and then I'm going to fight the Burning Elite, and then I'm gonna draft 2 Shrugs, and then I'm gonna lose. Absolutely Grenobbed. I'm always rooting for indie games, and I like narrative games. Walking Dead and Telltale series from the Borderlands are some of my favorite games. Yeah. And it's like... I guess the thing that I can appreciate is that it's cool to me that... It's probably good. It's cool to me that, like, it wasn't super obvious what I felt like the problem was. And certainly, like, I'm still open to seeing that there are other issues. And I'm... Now that I think I've gotten a bit of a better vibe check on the game, I'm curious to see what other conclusions I will have. But... it's nice that it wasn't super obvious. Like, it's, I guess, how do I say it? It's like, it's not like the game is just bad, you know what I mean? Like, you kind of need to look at it a little bit and be like, right, isn't it kind of weird that, like, the game about communication, like, just constantly cuts off their own characters or tells them to shut up? Right? Like, that's kind of weird, isn't it? You know? It's something that you don't really see unless you're taking the time to look at it. Because the way that other people describe stuff like that is they just kind of go like, it's weird vibes, weird vibes. Are we going to see more Dustbin? Absolutely. I'm going to play next week. Right, I guess I didn't actually make a schedule, my bad. But we're running back the schedule from last week. And then we're going to be doing the same schedule next week, too. Probably. Have you ever played Terraria before? I have not. I've watched Terraria before, but I have not played it. It's like, do I take the Thunderclap to pair with Dropkick? Just like have another vulnerable enabler is maybe good. Kick? Nope. No matter what people have to say, Telltale movie games are S-tier movie games. I think I haven't really, like, played the Telltale games. I am led to believe that they're, like, pretty good. Or, like, even though they're kind of cheesy, like, they're alright. Need probably a block card, right? But is this the block card I want to take? Iron Wave is okay. I've heard Iron Wave is bad. I'm gonna take Iron Wave and then regret it. Look, all I'm saying is a bunch of VTubers are playing fighting games. Join us, Flower. Peer pressure is cool. Oh, man. Telltale games are good so long as you only play them once. Or, like, the replay isn't very good. Ugh. Pain. Heresy, would you ever consider at least trying The Walking Dead? Like, I think it's one of those things where I just, like, watched Let's Players play them, you know what I mean? Right? And I have a general idea of the games, whereas I don't feel the need to actually play them, right? So it's like, well, if I've seen, like, 20% of the game, it just feels weird. I don't know if I want to take the spa weakness. We don't have anything that specifically calls for it. Let's take it. Ah, of course, Lagavulin. So the spot weakness is not great unless I wake them up and then draw it. So I'm gonna draw it in the next 2 turns unless it's literally the last card of my deck. Actually, that's not true because there's Dropkick, but then I need to not draw it off of this Dropkick. Alright, here we go. Here we go. I'm just gonna blow all the potions. Gonna blow it all. Does taking 7 less damage actually matter? Probably not. Sorry, did I have the option of taking a Horn Cleat or something? So close. Very painful. Oh, your own run. You are playing a run. Nice. Yeah, Horn Cleat is turn something, right? It's one of the block ones? Is it not? Am I stupid? I'm probably stupid. I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I want a block card. Probably. Boat's Line is basically a block card, right? Oh, nice. Nice. Would I ever want to, like, hide a card? Maybe Spot Weakness if I can't play it that turn? I don't want to take this. And then I guess we... Ah, there's another shop. Wait. The first crack at those games is amazing. For the Walking Dead games. Guess it's armaments. Oh, sorry, I didn't end up reading this. There's way less choice than it seems. Once you replay, any of the illusion is shattered. It makes up Horn Cleat and the steering wheel. Never remember which one is turn 2 and which one's turn 3. Yeah. The Walking Dead and Telltale games in general. I think Anchor is turn 1. The reason I remember Anchor is turn 1 is because it's like... I don't know why I associate, like, the Anchor with, like, very fast safety, but... like, for some reason there's, like, a mental association there. But the other two, like, don't make sense to me. Like, saying something's your anchor is, like, you know what I mean? That's the vibe it gives. And then I think wheel is 3, and I think cleat is 2. Just by trying to remember. Do I need a burning pact for any reason? Like, not really. But I can take it because it's a good card. I feel like I frequently get into these situations where I'm like, well, Burning Pact is a good card, and it's like, do you need it for anything? It's like, no, not really. So I guess we don't take it because we don't need it, right? Would you blind take a pact for no reason? Because I feel like I've done this before and then I lost. The cleat is a thing you tie a rope to on your boat to keep it on the dock. Interesting. Did not know that. We're gonna raw take this pact. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be great. Seems correct. Pact doesn't do anything. I hear cleat and I think of shoes. Actually, kind of same. Please don't play the war cry. No, I'm just gonna play it so that I can keep getting more damage. Give me more damage. Do I want energy? Energy helps with the Burning Pact. I don't know how bad Berserk is. Do people take this card? I feel like this card is good. You also take Shrug. Shrug is good. Could use more block. Maybe more block instead of more energy. Because energy helps with playing the Burning Pact and actually doing stuff with it, but we're more concerned with having actual block cards. Burning Pact into upgraded armament seems like kind of good. Oh, the Minecraft games. Please don't even sell the 7 Cs for it. The Telltale Minecraft story mode. Oh, man. The second worst official Minecraft story instead of the absolute worst. Wait, what's the absolute worst? I'm curious. I know nothing about Minecraft. My only story in Minecraft was I built a spiral staircase into a garden house in the sky, and then it was really bad. That's all I've done in Minecraft. Oh, the Minecraft movie will probably take the top spot. Yeah, what happened with that? I heard people complaining about it, but... Like, is it just like, okay, this is bad? Because, like... I do find it funny when it's like, oh, what went wrong with this thing? And it's like, it's just bad. And I'm like, oh, that's unfortunate. But you kind of wish it would be, like, a little more interesting. You know? What if there was actually something funny going on? And then you're like, ah, okay, that's why it's bad. Feel No Pain is cool with our Burning Pact, but that's basically it. And I guess Warcry, but this card is a good card, so we'll take the good card. What am I concerned with? Probably dealing enough damage to actually kill this thing, because I'm playing, like, Burning Pact spot weakness. I have, like, upgraded bash. Maybe, like, Pommel Strike is good. Kill this thing fast enough. Very cool turn 1 spot weakness. I don't know if I actually need this, but I'm gonna do it. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna let myself mess it up. Only trailers are out as of yet, but it just looks uninspired and scripted animation. That's too bad. In the sense that I think it's funny. Sender's Bane. I can hide this Burning Pact. I think I said I was going to do this before. We'll hide the Burning Pact and then do some blocking and... Yeah, and then here's the Burning Pact into armaments that we were talking about. That was kind of good. It's time to maintain the vulnerable. Spot. God damn it. Am I dead? 6:24. I am not dead. But also, what the fuck? Not getting any better next turn. Don't think I can do 91 damage in one turn with this deck. It's kind of awkward. Well, well. I thought this was, like, okay. I guess it's just, like, there was too much nothing. Like, Burning Pact armaments is not enough to make up for the fact that our damage was this. I'm gonna retry this fight and see if I was able to actually do something. So this was correct. This turn, I think we... My draw order different? I feel like this is not what we had on this turn. Because we drew the Burning Pact later to do Burning Pact into the other thing. It's unfortunate. Alright, with a slightly different draw order, would we have gone there? Useless Feel No Pain, lackluster burst damage with bad spot weakness timing. That all makes sense to me. I think you didn't play Warcry turn 2 last time? I think we're racing here. And then we still do not end up with enough damage. Pretty sure we don't have enough block either, yeah. Okay, I mean... Yeah, so the Feel No Pain was not useful because we weren't doing anything else yet. And spot weakness is kind of awkward. And the Burning Pact did not help us. Basically, we were relying on, like, bash and dropkick to do all of our damage, and then lo and behold, that was not enough damage. Unfortunately, there was not enough damage in this deck. Fight 4 elites. Crazy. Take a colorless card. I don't think Feel No Pain was a bad pickup for later. The deck just wasn't quite there to make eventual use of it. Sure, so if we... So picking the Feel No Pain wasn't actually an issue. It's just that, like, because the deck couldn't win, you know, the problem was that the deck couldn't win. Why are you talking about the Minecraft movie? My boy Jack Black keeps getting himself stuck in stinkers. Yeah, I don't know, man. I really don't. I don't super care that much about the Minecraft movie, of all things. I want to take this power through because this card is good. I like this card. I like power through. Neither do the producers. Oh no. Oh no. Producers bad. It's very interesting to me. I've been, you know, this perspective has been shared with me before. And it's kind of like, why do people who don't like the IP make things in that IP? Like, it's just so confusing. Like, myself as a, I suppose, an art person who does art-related things, like, I'm always, like, really concerned about the source material. Like, I want to both respect the people who, like, if that's already something that means a lot to them, and also, like, the artist themselves. Like, I do care about the art, like, what the artist had to say in their original creation. So if I ever make like a cover, or like when I wanted to do covers in the past, I was always like, I want it to be very exact with like chord progressions and stuff. Sometimes people would like not play the exact chord progression and it would bother me, which is not like, not always warranted. Like, people who are lifting music don't have 100% accuracy, but I'm just saying that it was something that I cared about. So it's weird to me when I see people who just like don't seem to care about the IP. It's like, how do these people get to places, I guess? It's like, how do people get into games who just, like, hate video games? Do I need more damage? I have a Carnage. And an Inflame. I don't know if I need this Cleave. Anger is a little bit better with card draw. I guess Anger is kind of weirdly okay with the wounds. If I had 2 wounds but I had 1 Anger, then like the total density of attacks to wounds is like kind of the same. There's better stuff. Same, I just hate seeing my boy being done dirty. Well, I mean, he took the job, right? I feel like... I guess you can't necessarily see how good the outcome of a particular project is going to be, so... Like, getting stuck on a stinker means sort of... It's like you went into it thinking it was going to be good, right? It's like the Minecraft movie, of course. And then, like, no one cares. No one cares about the product. No one cares about the project. I don't get it either. Apparently, they're also making a Yakuza show, which I was excited for till the producer said they didn't like the games and forbid the actors to play the games. What is that? Why? That's so confusing to me, man. Like, what? Like, I feel like a way of reading that is just, like, immense insecurity. Where, like, you feel like the thing you're gonna make is gonna be so inferior to the actual product that, like, you feel the need for your idea to be the forefront. Or, like, it gives people fuel to question your thoughts. So this Fiendfire is good. I do kind of want to get, like, a battle trance or something so that I can do big damage, but... Fiendfire power through. It's kind of cool. That's unfortunate. I guess what was I expecting to happen when I played the Flash? We're gonna wait for the Inflame. Okay. It's like, do I want to upgrade the Carnage or the Bash? This is fine. At least we're getting Arcane Season 2. At least we're getting something some people care about, at least a little bit. So I have no way of drawing more than, or having 4 cards at the start of the Fiendfire, so is it worth it to just play this now? I don't think so. When are we getting Arcane Season 2? Yeah, I don't know. I was pretty sure that that's real. We were unable to draw power through at an opportune time, and that kind of sucks. Whirlwind and Reaper. Reaper is cool. Arcane also has no respect for the source material. If it wanted to be true to League, they'd have made it shit! That's really funny. But now you have 5 healing per combat. 5 healing, what do you mean by that? I guess like 4 with the Reaper. Blood Vial. Burning Blood gave 3. Nah, it's 6. Burning Blood is great. It's great. What do we need help with? I guess blocking. I guess our weakest aspect is currently blocking. But we also know we're not fighting Lagavulin. And power through isn't exactly amazing versus sentries. So I'm just gonna upgrade this Inflame and call it a day. Actually, no. I guess Carnage. We could just kill it faster. Or Fiendfire. I don't really want to upgrade the Fiendfire because I don't have card draw yet. Hello, Knob. powering through here is okay. Fiendfire could be useful for power through. I agree. But I don't care about upgrading the damage for purposes of Susmungus. Second Fiendfire. Probably not. I don't think I want 2 Fiendfires. Exhaust my entire deck. Just in general? Yeah, I know in general. These are good. I guess it increases how many cards are in your hand. I actually gotta remember you have Omamori and actually take the curses. I do need to remember to do that, because I forget to do that all the time. Ooh, Reaper! Aw, man. Yeah, and I'll check a potion for it. We are up to 4 wounds. I don't know why I blocked. Because I could. Because I was able to. I don't know what that is, Reigns. Oh, it's for their fighting game? True. Depends how much your deck likes setting up. Yeah, for Bag of Marbles, it's like if you want to play stuff immediately on turn 1, but for example, like our deck actually wants to resolve in flame before the thing. Shrug is good. Would like to upgrade something. I guess I could upgrade this Pommel Strike. Ooh, upgraded Pommel Strike is great for Fiendfire. Pretty sure I don't want to lose this Carnage in this fight. So I think we just have to jam it instead of playing in Flame. Because this is important for getting there. Sucks that we drew the power through and the Shrug, so our defend this turn is terrible. Just have to jam. So I defend once. Next turn it's going to be like Bash Flash. Really awkward. I can afford to block like once or twice. I have a Rampage, so playing stuff turn 1 is good. That's... I have made Rampage good exactly one time, and it was actually because I exhausted all of my cards. And it was... The reason it was good was because I had, like, multiple card draw things and like, Rampage. Like, so I think I, like, Fiendfired away my entire deck. And then just, like, Rampage comboed. And then my Rampage did a bajillion damage. Wild Strike and Heavy Blade. I don't really have ways to exhaust stuff except for Fiendfire. I guess we have enough damage with like Pommel Strike, Fiendfire, Carnage, and Flame. So I don't think I need any of these. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh shit. I'm so good at this game. I love being good at League of Legends. Yeah, Headbutt Rampage is a thing. That's real. Oh, did I fuck up the sequencing on something? 1836. The split turn. Yeah, I guess the order wasn't necessarily like... The order wasn't necessarily I needed to play cards in a different order. It was I just needed to not play more shit. Okay, we're against the Guardian. I think we can survive this one. I think we can win this one. I think we can actually win this one, guys. I'm gonna upgrade Shrug, I think. So that I can actually block the bigger turns. Double tap is also good with Rampage. You put your damage first, you'd know to keep attacking. Oh, true. Yeah, I always wonder about, like, you know, how many things do you need to actually make... Like, to actually make Rampage good? Because obviously there's synergies. Like, there's synergies with a lot of things, right? So the existence of a synergy does not immediately mean that it is good. It just means that it synergizes. So I wonder, based on, like, what the game is asking you to do, what the game is requiring you to do, like what is considered good. Sure, why not? Rampage definitely scales well against Time Eater. Sure, so like that's a use case, but I guess the thing that I was thinking was just like, what's the return on investment for playing this card a number of times? Like it's probably related to how often you can play it. I mean, that's obvious, but... Oh, shit. No! I suck! I could have played an attack last turn. I'm garbage at this game. It's like, so for example, let's say the standard is that you want... Like, Carnage is a good damaging attack. Like, let's say this is actually good. I don't know how good it is. It's 14 damage per 2 energy. And then Rampage is like 8 plus 3 every time. You'll start Act 2 with like 3 less HP. Yeah! It means I'm bad at this game. So, Rampage is what? 8 plus... Is it 8 plus 5, then 8 plus 8? Or is it like 8 plus 3, then 5? Because if you play it 2 times, for example, right? 2 times per turnover, and your turnover is like 3, like 15 cards. 8 plus 5 unupgraded. Yeah, so if you play it twice, and you play 8, and then you play 13, then that's 21 damage in the first turnover for 2 energy. which I think is... Carnage is 20. But you need a card to make it work, like Headbutt or whatever, which isn't like that huge of a downside. Or at least I don't think it is. And then you have its 8 plus 13 is 21, and then it's going to be 18, 23, 18, and then 23. 41. Carnage is not a one-time use. It's ethereal, not exhaust, yeah. So it's 41 damage on the second turnover and 21 on the first, which is 63. So it's like 63 damage in 2 turnovers, where like Carnage is 40 in 2 turnovers. It's like, is that much better when you need to... Like, when you need to facilitate it somehow? Like, Carnage unupgraded is 40 for 2 turnovers at 4 energy. And then 4 energy for Rampage plus facilitating it is 62. That's also assuming you draw Rampage and Headbutt in the right order both times. Yeah. So, like, that's like the ceiling, and then there's, like, the opportunity cost or problem with not drawing the things correctly. Like, my observation is more, you know, like, that's true. I just, like, I'm thinking, so in this deck, the turnover rate is, like, 4, which means that you'll see every card, like, over the course of 8 turns. So it's, like, an 8-turn fight is, like, kind of standard for bosses, right? Somewhere between 8 or 15 turns. So then if you do, like, Rampage... Carnage is good for short fights, Rampage is good for longer fights. Yeah, I'm saying that that's accurate at a general level, but my understanding is people don't really like Rampage as a card in general, right? So it's like, what is the reason for that? Which, for me, again, there's like the risk of not drawing it in the right order, and then like, it feels like Rampage is more like Anger, where if you can exhaust your entire deck, it becomes extremely strong, like if you have some kind of deck out combo. But in 8 turns, 63 damage is kind of like 62, whatever the number was. And you have to facilitate it over the course of 8 turns. Like, Hexaghost has like 200-something HP. So is committing 4 of your energy... 4, 5, 6, I guess. 6 of your energy over the course of 8 turns. That's like... 8 times 3 is 24. 6, you have 18 more energy. Like, it's probably fine. I imagine it is like an okay card. I don't... But I do genuinely wonder what the actual, like, return on investment it is. Some percentage of your energy will be spent blocking, probably. Immolate. We take an Immolate? We take an Offering. Oops. I have a Fiendfire, right? Fiendfire Offering is probably good. We take Sozu. Could take 2 shops and 1 elite. Could take 3 elites and no shops. I could take 1 shop and 2 elites. That seems kind of okay. Let's do that one. Ooh, we're gaming. Ooh, we're gaming. I mean, this turn's kind of bad. It's kind of stinky. Armaments. Armaments plus any of our card draw is half decent. Let's take that. It's turned into a Snake Eye run. I dislike it. It's really unfortunate that I'm pretty sure it's a completely reasonable thing. I just don't like it. Sever Soul is interesting. Sever Soul for our power through. I guess that's not really what we're looking for. Take another shrug. We do have an extra energy, so maybe shrug is good. We could also... We could secret technique to get power through. That's like kind of cool. This one. Healing is 50% more effective during combat. That's probably good. Why are you trying to bring down this tower today of all days? Wait, what do you mean? What? Oh, did I schedule for Thursday last time? Did I? Am I stupid? So that schedule was Thursday. Was the last one I did not Thursday? Or the Wednesday? Not Wednesday? No, I scheduled Spire for Wednesday last time. Oh. Jesus. Yeah, sure. Definitely. That's got everything to do with it. I can't buy potions. Jeez, dude. You know what's really funny is the last number of times, or the last couple of years, I was like, man, I wonder if I'm streaming on any days that, like, something is happening, right? Because you kind of go like, oh man, is that like something I'm gonna do? Where it's like, am I gonna stream on a day where there's like another large event, like in HoloLive, for example? And then the answer is no, I'll probably forget by the time it's relevant. Nah, I'd forget. This Reaper is kind of bad. Oh, just kidding. It was amazing. I don't think that kills it, but it doesn't matter. Carnage! Oh, I just realized that this affects this. Aha! What ascension causes Bird to take 4 hits? Elites have more challenging movesets and abilities. Maybe that one. 18. There's also elites are tougher at 8, so I don't know. Wait, are you telling me you were backseating me and you weren't even playing on Ascension 20? That's crazy, bro. I don't actually care. I think that there is value in most opinions. Oh, right, birds aren't an elite. What the fuck am I talking about? I think blocking here isn't actually even good. I think I just want to, like, offering and play more attacks. They sure feel like it sometimes. Birds? Yeah, I mean, honestly. I probably could have actually calculated that before doing anything, but okay. I had Ascension 20 on Xbox before I played on PC. Yeah, that's fair. I just meant more like the context for asking for advice is that I would like the advice to be relevant to Ascension 20. Zlag, if you're playing on PC, there's this sick mod you can check out. Yes, it's called the Flag Bearer mod. It lets you play as a blue idiot who wields a flag. Definitely not made by anybody in particular. I don't know who would make that mod. Honestly, it's kind of cringe. It's sort of cringe that anybody would make a mod, let alone about themselves. That's cringe as hell. If you ask me, oh. Dark Embrace, my beloved. Who would make a mod about a flag bearer character who's a blue idiot? Blue idiot, flag bearer, dumbass. Sorry, how many more ways can I call myself an idiot? Moron, last, non-intellectual. What is the main gimmick of the character? It's a stance dancing character. Oops. So you plant the flag, and then you recall the flag. And then while you're doing all that, there are, like, buffs and strong CC spells. Such as... Time Walk. You just get Time Walk. Time Walk is just a rare. And it costs 2 energy. And then Watcher players cry. As it's like, my Time Walk is 3 energy, how dare you? And then I'm like, haha. You should have considered getting good before... You should have considered being a time mage before talking to me. I think I need more exhaust cards for these things. Like, I know we have Dark Embrace, but it's like... Maybe I should have considered having more exhaust cards before before drafting the Feel No Pain. Oh, whoopsie. I mean, if I lost this run any faster, then I could have instead of played a flag bearer run. Oh, come on. Terrible. I don't know why I drew a card before that. Dark Embrace? Oh, true. True. Why did I do that? What am I doing? Why am I doing the things that I'm doing? What would I want to headbutt? Power through? Looking for exhaust stuff. Feel like I have enough block. Feel like I have enough attack. I'm really just looking for exhaust synergies. Does Metal Rod stop combust from dealing damage to you? I don't know. Tiny chest. I'm insulted. I guess I didn't actually need to play that, but the AoE good. Time to exhaust my entire deck and regret it. Dang, we're crazy good at this game. Look at us. Look at us. We're crazy good. Now we just need, what? The thing that gives you energy when you reshuffle. Warcry does say exhaust on it, but I don't think that's what we want. Oh boy. Vibe check time. Three wounds, let's go! Let's go, dude. We're popping off. Oh, goodness. There we go. Italicized armaments. Don't think so. Guess we could, like, upgrade the Fiendfire. Maybe that is good for dealing more damage. We're definitely trying to resolve, like, offering Fiendfire with all the other garbage we have, and then, like, potentially keeping Flash of Steel and Pommel Strike in the deck just to, like, have something to play over and over again. So, yeah, maybe this one. Kremlin Leader. Don't need to upgrade any of this stuff. Don't need to offering turn 1. Don't need to block. Give me damage, please. Attacking immediately. How dare you? That's so rude. Just take 33 and die. Chances of me redrawing this Reaper and having it actually be good? Low. Is Blood for Blood, I mean, like, if you randomly pog, like, the right thing, I guess it's, like, kind of good, but I would assume that you picked Blood for Blood so that you can, you know... I'm assuming you picked it for different reasons. So big value on play. Yeah, it's like, I think it's fine by itself, but isn't it awkward, like, if the purpose of playing it is... Okay, sure. The question is, can I kill this thing this turn? And I'm pretty sure the answer to that is no. It's a 2.5 mana card in terms of value, so it's not the worst, but also not the best. Actually attempting to block this turn is really funny. I guess the idea is we can't really, yeah, no, this turn is awkward. Oh, fucking terrible. Now we're guaranteed to get attacked, right? Yeah. Did I just, like, play this fight terribly, or what happened? Let's try running it back. It felt like I couldn't kill the ads. I just couldn't kill them. But maybe on that turn where I, like, could have carnaged and not fiendfired my entire hand, but... The concern was... Like, I had concerns. Blocking this turn is obnoxious. Welcome, Cesar. Yeah, we can't even kill this stupid thing. Get attacked for 1 billion damage. Yeah, and then here I was on the Reaper versus anything else decision. I decided to play it. Being firing for the feel no pain value is basically required there. I think on this turn I chose to interact with this thing. Maybe if I did it this way and I didn't increase the, just do that. So here they're attacking for... So they're not attacking this turn because I killed this thing. But I think we just had a different draw order. I'm doing good, Cesar. It's like, I do kind of want to blow this Fiendfire eventually. But maybe we're just still just waiting for the right moment to... This feels like it's going a lot better. Yeah, maybe it was correct to just, like, play the cards out before, because now I'm dead. So if instead I went Bash offering Fiendfire, then I would have had, like, 10 plus... What is it? 15 times, like, 8 or something. I don't know how many cards. And then by this turn I could have just killed this thing. Seems correct to me. It's too bad. This run was going really well. I think this run was going, like, completely fine. I just kind of fucked up this fight. It was annoying because I couldn't really kill the ads. It was just, like, randomly unable to kill the ads. Yeah. So I think I just played this fight wrong. Which sucks. Sucks. Man, these base characters suck. You know what character is way better than the base characters? It's been a while since I played this one. Let's see how fast we can lose. There's a lot of good flag bearer rares. And Holy Essence is not one of them. Holy Essence is not one of them. Ladies and gentlemen, Holy Essence. Holy Essence is not one of them. Oh, man. Alright, Retrace is a card. Yo, check out this sick Retrace gameplay. Setting up for the heart. Yeah, it's all it's just, I'm calculating. Feel bad for anyone who is colorblind to blue. Yeah, so it's very blue, that's for sure. Where is my flag throw? This is your first time seeing Flagbearer because Flar never plays his own mod anymore. Oh yeah, someone made a bug report for something, and I was like, I'm just thinking to myself like, man, I don't want to have to fix this. Like, my repository is somewhere on this computer, I swear. And then it's like, shit, I don't know where it is. There's not too much green, at least. I'm pretty sure blue-green is the most common blue, including colorblindness. I saw the bug report, too. Yeah, so what we should do is we should pick the thing and then... I was gonna say, I feel like this deck does not actually fight any elites very well at all. We're going to pick the problem card and then not actually fix it. Also, I swear I fixed that bug already, because I swear someone else pointed it out, and I thought I already fixed it, and I guess I never actually fixed it. Which is very funny to me. Oh, I'm shit at my own character. That's upsetting. Who printed Seraphim Feathers? Literally, who printed that card? This shit's broken. What the hell is this? This card's so broken. Who even printed this? Literally, who printed this? Who thought this was fair? We can take Step for Guardian. I guess Rewind is also, like... Drawing cards versus Guardian is also nice. Should have viewed the card reward before clicking Whetstone. Oh yeah, I think people do that. That's like a thing people do. We're fighting Knob, I should probably heal. It was not Knob. I'm garbage. I'm garbage at this game. I guess I can... Do I want to go into next turn planted? Don't really want to wake it up. I think it's better if we wait. This character's broken. Literally, who thought any of this was fair? I have complaints with the dev team. All of this is bad. Also, what's their obsession with, like, blonde night girls? What absolute joker thought Recall Focus was an okay card to print? What absolute buffoon. Guys, we have a card removal. It's retrace, right? We remove retrace immediately? Guys? Guys, retrace is a good card, I swear. Fucking goddamn it. Terrible. Oh my god. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Retrace is a great card. You shut your face. You shut your face. Undo. Undo feathers. We undo boys. I'm so fucking dead. It is actually insane how dead I am. Oh my god. I literally just killed myself. For real. In 10k. My recall crescent now costs 3 energy. I am so unbelievably dead. Wow. Worst possible. It's like, can I can undo feathers, but 1 0 cost card and 10 cards and it's a defend. Amazing. Yeah, that was pretty terrible. We can double cast feathers, but it's, I guess it's a skill. I'm so bad at this game. Or we just recast command. Yeah, we do it like this. Which I guess we're only really missing out on like 5 damage. And then we die next turn. Yeah, sick. Let's go. We lost immediately. Let's fucking go! Let's go! God, you love to see it. You love to see it. I mean, that's just a Flaris classic. I want nothing more than to just get beaten up by Knob. That's just real. Can't believe we lost. I mean, it's probably because I chose to take an elite on 20 HP. And then I Snecko Potioned into, like, everything just costs 1 billion mana. Because my turn 1 was terrible. Damn. What's the bonk for? Did I lie? I didn't even lie. I'm not a liar. You hit the 50-50 on Knob. And then I lost the, like, 90-10 for Snecko Potion being useful. It's really sad. Almost at 1,000 bonks. Yeah. I need to make sure to say at least 5 degenerate statements. So... I mean, congratulations, Leg. I hope that works out for you. I hope you, in fact, draw the right cards at the right time, and then win the game. And then Victory Royale, Coffin Dance, XD Lamau, Gamer Dance on them. Better luck next time. Oh. Yeah, next time we'll be able to lose to a different one. Because you know me, I'm more of a lose to Spire growth kind of person. Like losing to Knob, it's kind of like, I mean, okay. But losing to Spire growth, like that's, oh, I mean, bleh. That's it's different, very different. Oh my god, Jesus. Jeez. Yeah, you came just in time. Wow, congratulations. Losing to Book because you can't read. I mean, that's also a classic. Now, clearly we lost that run because we just had bad RNG, and there was no possible player decision that could have led me to winning the game, and it's all the game's fault, and, yeah. Okay, that's gonna be it. That's everything. It's time to go. The schedule has not changed since last week. Like, do I need to post the schedule at this point? Like, I know that I should post the schedule. It's just kind of like, well, we're doing the same thing as last week. And everyone already knows that we're playing Fire Emblem on the weekend, so does it really matter? I feel like I kind of already missed the boat. The problem is, I guess, that, like, the timing is awkward, because I would theoretically be posting my schedule on Mondays, but, like, I might not know what I'm doing that week by the Monday. It's awkward. You already failed so hard and still get me to laugh. Damn you, and now the office is laughing so hard. My coworkers think I'm strange for that. What, did your coworkers not think you were strange by, like, splashing me with nut shots? Like, is that not already very strange? You're talking to an imaginary schizo voice on the screen, and your choice to interact with them was to splash me with the white liquid. How do you feel about yourself? Yeah, that's gonna be it. And we'll play Fire Emblem on the weekend, and oh, is Splash Off cooldown? Fucking goddamn it. I was hoping it would still be on cooldown, but yep. Man's post-nut clarity is gonna be wild. Good job on almost bringing down the tower. Too bad you completely missed the second. Jesus Christ, boy. Yeah. Our first attempt did not work, and neither did the second one. Unfortunately. That's too bad, really. Okay, we're gonna go. Alright. Fire Emblem on the weekend. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for being here. More Cringeborn next week. Let's go! Yippee! Bye!